Hey guys, come on downstairs. We're playing Minnesota Twins franchise. It is the American League Division Series game number 2. We're in year number 3 of our Twins franchise. And we are facing the Toronto Blue Jays. And welcome to Target Field for game number 2 of the 2018 American League Division Series. The Twins with a 1-0 lead. The Blue Jays are going to start off game 2 with Marisnick, Pilar, Donaldson, Encarnacion, Seymour, Travis, Zunino, Margot in left field, and Ryan Goins at short. Toronto during the regular season, a .258 batting average. And we're going to send Alex Wood to the hill, the lefty. Our leader in ERA at 2.98 and 163 innings, a 1.15 whip. And he finished the season 10-12. A look at our defense. In the outfield, Rosario, Buxton, Piscotty. At third, Sano, Nunez at short. At second, it'll be Jace Peterson. At first, Will Myers. Behind the plate will be Devin Mesoraco. And here is Jake Marisnick leading things off for the Blue Jays against the lefty, Alex Wood. Count 1-1 to Marisnick. So we are sending out our best lefty and our best righty in games 1 and games 2. Games 1 and 2, sorry. 2-2 count. And Marisnick takes that one up and away. For a full count, Marisnick's going to foul another one off. 7th pitch of the at-bat by Alex Wood. And it breaks around the plate, and that will put Marisnick on to start the baseball game. Kevin Pilar, .273 during the regular season with 19 home runs. Marisnick on first. They'll check on him. He's back in time. And a ground ball to the right side. Will Myers on to second. Nunez back to Myers, and a double play. So they get the speedy Kevin Pilar on a quickly turned double play. And here is Josh Donaldson with 2 outs now. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Donaldson drives it deep to right field. And that one is going to put the Blue Jays on the board first. A 372-foot blast from the bringer of rain. And it's 1-0 Toronto. And look at this, right off the end of the bat, shows you the power of Josh Donaldson. That'll bring up Edwin Encarnacion, the runner-up in the AL MVP voting, to Mike Trout. Mike Trout and the Angels playing the Red Sox in the other division series. Coming into this game with a 1-0 lead. Or into this day, I should say, with a 1-0 lead. 3-0 count to Encarnacion. Maybe the Twins just pitching around him. But then they get one out over the plate, and he drives it to left field in front of Rosario. And that'll fall in for a base hit. So with 2 outs, it's 1-0 Jays with a runner on first. And here is first baseman Maurice Seymour. Seymour batting .500 so far in the ALDS. He swings and misses at the sinker. And the 1-1 delivery to Seymour taken outside. And then Seymour takes a big hack of that one. 2-2 with 2 outs. And he's going to line this one into right field. It's going to be cut off by Piscotty. And that might have saved a run. The Piscotty was able to get to it and cut it off, keep it from going to the wall. So 2 outs, we got runners on the corners for Devin Travis. Second baseman, Devin Travis. Another .500 batter here in the ALDS. Chance to put the Blue Jays up 2-0 with a base hit here. And he's going to drive it to center field, but Byron Buxton is there. And that will end the top of the first inning, but not before the Blue Jays get a run on a Josh Donaldson opposite field home run. And let's look at our batting order for game number 2. Will Myers, Piscotty, Nunez, Sano, Rosario, Valbuena, Mesoraco, Peterson, and Byron Buxton. And we will face Andrew Cashner, the big right-hander, 9-13 on the year, a 4.98 ERA, and a 1.39 whip. Again, it was not pitching that got the Blue Jays to the postseason. It was their hitting for sure. Their pitching staff is not overly strong. And a look at the Blue Jays defense there. Will Myers will lead things off for us here in the bottom of inning number 1. He hit .314 during the regular season. I think that was good enough for 3rd or 4th in the American League batting race. And he's going to take the first one off the plate for ball 1. Second pitch. Taken for a strike. And another one taken on the outside corner. One-two delivery from Cashner. And Will Myers checks his swing, but they say he went around. And so Cashner starts off the game with a strikeout. That'll bring up Stephen Piscotty. 250 so far in the ALDS. 1-0 delivery with 1 out. And that one is taken high as well from Cashner. It's a 2-0 count. And it would have been a 3-0 count, but Piscotty chases that high fastball. And the 2-1 delivery. Piscotty chases again. 2-2. And this one Piscotty takes right down the middle. So back-to-back strikeouts to start the game for Andrew Cashner. That'll bring up Eduardo Nunez. And Nunez takes ball 1 above the letters. Cashner brings it down a little bit, but is still called ball 2. And then this one's lined right back off of Cashner. And the Blue Jays won't make the play. So that'll bring up Miguel Sano. With 2 outs and a runner on first in this situation in yesterday's ball game. Game 1, Sano hit a home run in the bottom of the first inning. Now he's behind in the count 1-2. And he swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. And the Jays record the out. So after 1 here at Target Field, it's 1-0 Toronto. Mike Zunino, the catcher, had a cup of coffee with the Twins in year number, I want to say it was year number 2. Maybe it was year number 3. No, it was year number 2. Had a cup of coffee with us in year number 2 before we traded him away to the Jays. 1-1 delivery from Alex Wood to Zunino. And Zunino hits it deep down the left field line, but foul out of play. 1-2 count. Breaking ball breaks around the outside corner. 2-2. And this one is skied out into right. Piscotty will flag it down, and that'll bring up Manny Margot with 1 out. Margot takes ball 1 from Wood. Wood has a really funky delivery and a tendency for the ball to really fade away from him. So down and away to Margot. So when he misses, that's usually where he's missing, is off the plate to the outside to right-handed batters. Margot grounds out. And now we have Ryan Goins with 2 outs. Lefty on lefty. Goins chops it right in front of the plate, and Mesoraco springs out, makes the play. Middle of 2, it's still 1-0 Toronto. We go to the bottom of the second. Eddie Rosario. And he's going to line this one down the third base line. It's a fair ball all the way into the corner, and Rosario's going to head to second, and that's where he will stop. So leadoff double for Eddie Rosario brings up Luis Valbuena, 293 average during the regular season. 35 home runs. He hit a home run in game 1 that ultimately gave us the win off of a left-handed pitcher. And he's going to ground out. That does move Rosario over to third with 1 out. Mesoraco could drive in a run here without a base hit. And this one in the dirt. Runner stays put. 2-1 delivery. Swung on and missed fouled off by Mesoraco. And then swung on and missed. And Mesoraco fails to put the ball in play, which likely would have scored Rosario from third. So now it'll be up to Jace Peterson with 2 outs, and he's going to have to do it by way of a base hit, but he can't get a hit if the pitcher's hitting him in the middle of the back. So now it'll be up to Buxton, and he's got runners on the corners with 2 outs. Buxton, a .225 hitter during the regular season, and he gets ahead 2-0 early in the count. Now 3-0. Cashner could walk the bases loaded here, but this one gets over. Another pitch catches the black on the outside corner, and Buxton fouls it off down the right field line, fading into the stands. 3-2 delivery. And Buxton draws the walk, so Cashner has now walked the bases loaded with 2 outs, and the order is going to turn over and bring up Will Myers. So the leadoff hitter for the Twins and the best hitter average-wise, and Will Myers delivers a base hit. Runners kind of had to hold up to see if Pilar would come down with a catch. So only 1 run scores. It's 1-1. Bases still loaded for Stephen Piscotty with 2 outs. The delivery, Piscotty drives it to left field. That one is way back there. It is over the head of the left fielder and gone. And that is a grand slam by Stephen Piscotty. A line drive grand slam. Puts the Twins up 5-1 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And that'll bring up Eduardo Nunez, and he's going to ground harmlessly to second, but Devin Travis throws it away. Seymour able to glove it, but it pulls him off the bag, and Nunez is on first due to the error. Inning still alive for the Twins. Could they put more on the board? They're up 5-1 by way of a grand slam from Stephen Piscotty. Miguel Sano skies it high into the right side of the field. Seymour is there to make the catch, and that'll finally retire the side. So a big 2-out rally by the Twins, and a grand slam by Stephen Piscotty puts 5 runs on the board in the inning. We're going to skip ahead now to the 5th inning. Manny Margot at the plate to lead things off for the Blue Jays. Still 5-1. Alex Wood throwing pitch number 59. He's going to ground it up the middle. Jace Peterson throws it away. Nice play just to get to that baseball. And that should be scored a base hit. I believe it was. Ryan Goins now. Nice piece of hitting. Delivers one into left field, and that's going to move the runner up. So we got 2 runners on with nobody out. And Jake Marisnick at the plate. He's 0 for 1. And drew a walk back to lead off the baseball game.
Nope, that's a ball.
So there's Alex Wood there just missing off the outside corner. And Marisnick's going to lift this one into right field. Piscotty is there on the run against the wall. Runner at second is going to tag and move to third. So we'll have runners on the corners with 1 out. And the lineup turns over for... actually, Pilar's the second batter. I'm sorry. He led off game 1. So Pilar at the plate now. 1-0 delivery from Wood. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Pilar could deliver a run for the Blue Jays without getting a base hit here. 3-1 count now. Wood. Line drive, right side. Catch made. Actually, it wasn't a line drive. It was a hard chopper, I guess, because the runner moves up to second, and a run comes in to score. So that was strange. I don't think it was a line drive. It was a chopper somehow to the right side. Catch made by Jace Peterson. It's 5-2 in the middle of the 5th inning. We're going to move on to the 6th now, with the score still 5-2 and the Blue Jays batting again. So it's the top of the 6th, Edwin Encarnacion to lead things off. 70th pitch of the night for Alex Wood. And Encarnacion's going to find a hole on the right side. That one's going to roll all the way to the warning track and to the wall. Encarnacion's going to hold up at second with a double to lead off the 6th. Twins leading 5-2. Maurice Seymour at the plate now. 2-seamer, called strike 1. Seymour's 1 for 2 on the day. Runner in scoring position. And Seymour is going to ground it just foul of the first base bag. And then right up the middle, Jace Peterson on to first for the first out of the inning. And that will move the runner over, though. So the Blue Jays get him on and get him over. Let's see if Devin Travis can get him in. It's a line drive right back up the middle off of Wood. He makes the play at first, but the run does come in to score for Toronto. It's 5-3. Mike Zunino now at the plate with nobody on and 2 outs. 5-3 ball game. Blue Jays crept back in this one. And here's a ground ball up the middle played by Nunez. Nunez, easy play to first. He throws it low. It's scooped out by Will Myers. And we're going to move ahead now to the 7th inning with the score still 5-3. Both teams with 7 hits. The Blue Jays with 1 error. And the Twins with that big 5-run second inning have the lead. Jimmy Dyer will come in for the Twins. Pitched a third of an inning in yesterday's game and retired 1 batter. Manny Margot will lead things off now for Toronto. Margot picked up from the San Diego Padres by the Blue Jays. And Margot's going to sky it out to center field. Byron Buxton is there. He gloves it. First out of the 7th inning. Lefty Ryan Goins at the plate now. Still facing Jimmy Dyer. Two-seamer, called strike 1. Dyer with the delivery again, up and away. 1 out in the 7th inning. Slider gets Goins to swing and miss. And then Goins is going to chop 1 foul. Goins swinging through the fastball. That's the 2nd out of the inning here in the 7th for Jimmy Dyer. Jake Marisnick now. Lineup turning over for the Jays. He's 0 for 2. The Blue Jays right fielder Richard Garcia was their starter in right in Game 1. And Marisnick here in Game 2. And Marisnick goes down on 3 consecutive pitches. In the middle of 7, it's still 5-3 Minnesota with the lead. And Santiago Casilla is going to come in for the Blue Jays and relieve Andrew Kashner. So we're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Will Myers, the leadoff hitter for the Twins. Will Myers takes strike 1. This pitch up and in. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. Now a low pitch taken for ball 2. Still 5-3 Minnesota, bottom of the 7th. Twins looking to go up 2-0 in the ALDS and hold serve here at Target Field before Game 3 in Toronto. Will Myers draws the walk. And now Piscotty is going to send one out to right field. And Marisnick coming in on the run makes the catch for the first out of the 7th. Eduardo Nunez 2 for 3 with a pair of singles on the day. And this one taken high and tight for ball 1. Santiago Casilla still on the hill for the Blue Jays. Here's the chopper right back up the middle. It's going to be fielded by Goins at short. On to first. Seymour digs it out. And the Blue Jays turn 2. And we will head to the 8th inning of game number 2. Still 5-3 score. JT Chargois, setup guy for Minnesota, comes on. He pitched a third of an inning in yesterday's game as well and retired a batter. He's on to face Kevin Pillar. Chargois throws super hard, often reaching triple digits, but he comes with 2 off-speed pitches after the first pitch fastball, and that will retire Kevin Pillar. Let's see what we got against Josh Donaldson now. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Donaldson 1 for 3 with a solo home run in the top of the first, and this fastball 97, and then an 83-mile-an-hour changeup. That's almost unfair. 97-mile-an-hour fastball taken for ball 2. And Donaldson fouls this one off. 9th pitch of the inning for Chargois, grounded left side. Miguel Sano on to first to Myers for out number 2. And the Twins are 4 outs away from going up 2-0 in the division series. Edwin Encarnacion takes the first pitch for strike 1. Second one misses. 1-1 count. And a breaking ball lifted into right field. Piscotty's going to get underneath it. And that will retire the side. In the middle of 8, the Blue Jays 3 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. The Twins 5 runs on 7 hits have the lead. And Aaron Loop will come in for Toronto to face Miguel Sano in the bottom of the 8th. Kevin Segrist warming up in the Twins bullpen, looking at another save opportunity here in the postseason. 2-1 delivery from Aaron Loop. And it is taken for ball 3. We've got Eddie Rosario in the on-deck circle. 3-2 count now. Fouled off by Sano. Another 3-2 pitch. This time Sano Lifts it high to the right side of the infield. Seymour's underneath it again. He waves off Devin Travis and makes the play. So with one out, Eddie Rosario, free swinging Eddie Rosario stepping in. And he's going to swing and miss at the changeup. 0-1 delivery. He's going to take this one, though. With one out, nobody on. 10th pitch of the inning from Loop. And Rosario's going to send this one down the left field line. Another one into the corner. And I believe that's going to be Rosario's second double of the game. And Valbuena was due up next. We're going to bring in Kenys Vargas to pinch hit against the lefty. With Rosario on second. And one out in the inning. So Kenys Vargas will pinch hit for Valbuena, who was the designated hitter. So Vargas will take over that role. Won't have to play in the field at all. And Vargas to second. And another one is thrown away, but Seymour is able to recover and tag out the slow-running Kenys Vargas. And the Blue Jays will bring in a new pitcher, Jerome Lopes, to face Devin Mesoraco. Runner on first. Mesoraco sends it to right field. That one is fading towards the foul pole, and it goes out of play. 0-1 delivery, chopped foul. 0-2 with two outs. We're in the bottom of the eighth. Still 5-3 Twins. Mesoraco. 1-2 delivery. Swings at the pitch right on his hands and chucks the bat in disgust. End of the eighth inning. 5-3 Minnesota. Kevin Segrist on now. Got the save in yesterday's game, recording 2 strikeouts. And Maurice Seymour will lead things off against him. Blue Jays trying to avoid going down 2-0. Still seeking the split here in game number 2. First pitch taken high. If the Blue Jays are going to get the split, they're going to have to do it against Kevin Segrist, the American League reliever of the year. 51 saves and 55 save opportunities during the regular season. So he did blow 4 saves, but pretty good save percentage. And Seymour swings and misses for out number 1. Devin Travis steps in now, 1 for 3. Single, drove in a run. With one out, here's the delivery from Segrist. And Travis is going to send this one to left field. Eddie Rosario is there. So this is looking like a little bit of a cleaner save than game 1's, where the tying run ended up at second base before Segrist was able to get the final out of the game. Here is Mike Zunino, the former Twin, trying to keep hope alive here in game 2 for the Blue Jays. 0-1 delivery. And Zunino takes strike 2. 0-2 count. Segrist rocks, fires. And Zunino's going to line it into center field for a base hit. And that will bring up the tying run to the plate. And it will be Manny Margot. Margot, 1 for 3. Scored a run. Runner on first. 0-1 delivery. Ground ball to the shortstop. Nunez, he's going to go the short way to Peterson for the out. And that will be it. The Twins win game number 2. And they hold serve here at Target Field to take a 2-0 series lead. And all 5 of the Twins' runs came in the second inning, where Stephen Piscotty connected and drove a line drive grand slam out of the ballpark, propelling Minnesota to a 5-3 victory here in Game 2. Elsewhere around the postseason, the Angels win Game 2 to go up 2-0 on the Red Sox. The Cubs win Game 2 to go up 2-0 on the Phillies. And the Nationals and the Dodgers are all tied up at 1 game apiece. Alex Wood gets the win in this game. Kevin Segrist gets his second save of the postseason. Andrew Kashner is tagged with the loss for Toronto. So up next on Minnesota Twins Franchise, we hit the road north of the border for game number 3. And that'll be in episode number 162 here on Minnesota Twins Franchise on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.